Hi everyone, I'm Sarah of Rich Textures Crochet and welcome to week 5 of the Erie Waters Crochet Along. I am so happy that you have been joining me on this crochet along journey. We have learned a bunch of new stitches and have played around with some old ones as well. And today we're going to be working with a really great textured stitch. This stitch combination is probably the most complicated one here on the crochet along that you're going to learn. It has various names. Some people call it dots and diamonds. It has a little bit of cable work here. I think that you're going to absolutely love the stitch once you get the hang of it. Because it is a little bit more complicated than the other stitches I've done, I am going to go a little bit slower on this tutorial so that you can see where my hook placement is and so forth. So grab your yarn and your hook and we'll get started. If you are joining this crochet along for the first time, you will find all of the information that you will need under the introduction and materials portion of the pattern, which can be found on my blog, richtexturescrochet.com. It will also be linked in the video notes of this tutorial. The written instructions can also be found for this particular piece on my blog, and again, the link is provided there for you. So today we will be using a 5mm crochet hook, as well as a little bit of worsted weight yarn, the color that you have cut in the colors that you've selected for this crochet along. Once you have finished this first block, you will make another 3 more, so you will have made a total of 4 blocks in this pattern. Once you add it to all the other blocks that you've done so far, you'll have a total of 20 squares, 20 blocks, and we will be joining those together next week, the final week of the crochet along, week 6. So grab your hook and yarn and we will get started. Okay, so as I mentioned before, this pattern is a little bit more complicated than the other ones I have done. There are 3 new stitches, possibly new to you, that are a little bit more complicated than some of the other ones that we've seen. So again, I'll be going slow. I will be assuming, however, that you have a basic understanding of crochet stitches, your chain stitches, your single crochets, your double crochets, and your triple crochet stitches. The other more complicated ones I will be showing you how to do here. I'm just going to zoom my camera in a little bit closer for you. There we go. So we are going to start by making a chain of 42 chains. So you'll begin by chaining 42. 1, 2, 39, 40, 41, and 42. Now if you're planning on making your blocks larger or smaller, mine in this particular yarn turn out to be about 9.5 inches by 11 inches. So if you'd like yours to be larger or smaller, the multiple of stitches you are going to use is 4 plus 1. So if you're going to change the size of your square, just make sure your starting chain has a multiple of 4 plus 1 extra chain, and then you should be able to work this pattern. Okay, so once you have chained 42, you are simply going to single crochet in the second chain from your hook, 1, 2, and then in each chain all the way across. So you'll have a total of 41 single crochet stitches in your foundation chain. you will see that I often like to kind of start out with a row of single crochets. I find it just kind of gives it a firmer foundation to start your more heavily textured stitches into. So single crochet all the way across. Almost to the end here. Okay, so you will single crochet in each chain across. You'll have a total of 41 single crochets, and then you're going to turn your work. Now here's where it starts to get a little bit more complicated. What you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, and you're going to work single crochet in the first 4 stitches. So single crochet in each of the first 4 stitches. Then you are going to come to a stitch that's abbreviated PSC, or it's a picot single crochet. And to make this stitch, what you're going to do is you're going to insert your hook in the next stitch, and you're going to draw up a loop. You'll have 2 loops on your hook. Then you're going to yarn over and you're going to draw, basically chain 3 chains in that first, under that first loop. So you're only working under the first loop of that one on your hook. The other one is just kind of sitting back here a little bit. I'll show you that one more time. So you're going to insert your hook in the next stitch, and you're going to draw up a loop, and then you're going to chain 3 stitches there. 1, 2, and 3. So you're only working under that first loop. Then you're going to yarn over once again, and you're going to pull your loop through both loops on your hook. So you'll have something that looks like that. And that is basically how you do the stitch. And then what it does is when you do your next single crochet, you'll single crochet in the next stitch. You're going to kind of push that loop forward because you want it to bulge out on the front of your work. So you're going to kind of push it forward, and you're going to single crochet in the next stitch. And that is your picot single crochet. So if you know how to do just a normal picot from your chain 3 and then you'd slip stitch down into it, it's kind of similar, except instead of joining with your slip stitch, you're actually just kind of folding it down with a single crochet. To me, it's a little bit easier, and it kind of gives you this nice little textured faux popcorn kind of puff. Kind of nice. Okay, so you've single crocheted in the next stitch. You're going to single crochet in the next 2 stitches. 1, 2. So you will work 3 single crochets all together. Okay. Then you're going to do another one of these picot single crochet stitches. So you're going to, again, insert your hook in the next stitch, yarn over and drop a loop, and then you're going to chain 3 under that first loop on your hook. 1, 2, and 3. You're going to yarn over and pull your yarn through both loops on your hook. Then you're going to push that little chain forward a little bit, and you're going to single crochet in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, and 3. So you'll now have 2 of those little stitches. This is the abbreviation for the PSC. Okay, now you're going to do another one. Insert your hook, drop a loop, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over and pull through both loops on your hook, push your chain forward a little bit, and insert your hook in the next stitch and do 3 single crochets in the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And so you're going to repeat that all the way across to your last 4 stitches. So, picot, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook, push your chain forward a little bit, and single crochet in the next 1, 2, 3 stitches. We'll do that again. Chain 3, yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook, push it forward, single crochet in the next 1, 2, 3 stitches. Repeat that all the way across to your final 4 stitches. One more picot single crochet. I guess I'll have 2 more actually. 3 single crochet, picot, through both, and then when you come to your last 4 stitches, you will simply single crochet in those last 4 stitches. Just remember, whatever you start with at the beginning, you're going to want to end with that. It just kind of keeps things even and looking nice. There you go. So you will have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those little pecans there. Okay. Then you are going to turn and you are going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and you are going to double crochet in each stitch across. Now in this pattern you'll have read in the video notes, or not the video notes, in the pattern notes, that the chain 3 at the beginning of each of these double crochet rows always counts as a stitch. So you will always treat it like a double crochet, and whenever you come to one, you will work in the top in that 3rd chain of it. Okay, and because it's treated like a stitch, it's worked out of this first single crochet, so you'll always skip the first single crochet and work your first double crochet in the next one. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to chain 3, and you're just going to double crochet in each stitch all the way across. In this pattern, every second row will, from here on, will be a row of double crochets. So it kind of makes this block, once you get the hang of this different stitches, it makes this block go fairly quick, which is nice. So you're just working double crochets In each stitch across, you will have 41 double crochets when you come to the end. I'm just going to continue working across my 41 and I'll meet you back here in 1 sec. Okay, so I've done my double crochets all the way to the end. I've done a total of 41 double crochets across my work. And once again, I'm going to turn so the front of my work is facing. Now this is where the really fun part begins, and we are going to start working finally these raised cable stitches that go across your work here and kind of make this diamond shape. Okay, so we're going to actually start working those stitches. Now this is where in the written pattern it's I've tried to explain it as best I can, but sometimes it just helps to kind of see what's going on and what stitches I'm talking about. And I'll give you a couple tips as well as far as making it kind of more simple and how to work it and that kind of thing. So what we're going to do is we're going to chain 1, and then we're going to single crochet in the first 2 stitches. Now we're going to come to a PSC, a picot single crochet, which you know how to do. You're going to insert your hook, drop a loop, chain 3, 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through both loops on your hook, and then you're going to place 1 single crochet in the next stitch. Make sure to push your little picot up to the front. You want all of your textured stitches to be on one side of your work. Okay, so then once you've done that single crochet following the picot, you're going to start your first front raised triple 2 together stitch. Sounds confusing. The abbreviation for it is the FRTR2TOG over the next stitch. Okay, so this is the stitch here that you are working over top of. You're never actually going to work in the top of the stitch. Your stitches are just going to go over it. And I'll show you what we're going to do. You're going to work like you would a triple. So you're going to yarn over twice, and you're going to insert your hook 2 rows down in that single crochet and picot row. And you're going to be working around the posts of those single crochet stitches. Okay, now each of these front raised triple 2 togethers will have sort of 2 legs that will come down over your work just like this. And the tricky and important part is placing those legs in the right stitch on your work. And to make it easier, all you need to remember is that in between each leg, you need to have 3 stitches. And the 3 stitches will always be a single crochet, a picot, and another single crochet. So your legs then are going to be worked into the stitches on the either side of those 3 stitches. Okay? So you're going to yarn over twice, and in the pattern, and I say to work the first leg around the post of the 4th single crochet. So this is your, make sure I'm getting it right here. Sorry, around the 3rd single crochet. So 1, 2, 3. So around the post of this 3rd single crochet, you're going to work your first leg. Your first leg is simply worked by yarning over twice, 1 and 2. You're going to insert your hook around the post from right to left of that single crochet. You're going to yarn over and drop a loop. You're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops on your hook, yarn over and pull through 2 more loops. You're not going to finish the stitch at this point. Okay, so that's your first leg. Now your second leg is going to be worked over here, right in the middle. So you have 1, 2, 3, and so your next one is going to be worked right here. Okay, so you're going to yarn over twice, and that would be stitch number 7. You're going to insert your hook around the post right to left of that single crochet. You're going to yarn over and pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Because that is our second leg, we want to finish the stitch, so we're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on our hook. And we're going to take a moment to admire our work. So you can see you have this first leg here, your second leg, and in between you have a single crochet, a picot, and a single crochet. So from this point on, you will always have those 3 stitches in between your legs. Okay, and you've joined them at the top. You are going to skip, and back here you're going to skip that single crochet. You've simply worked your stitch over it, and you're going to place a single crochet in the next stitch. Okay, single crochet in the next stitch. Now you're going to work 1 more picot, so insert your hook, chain 1, chain 2, chain 3, pull through 2 loops, push your picot there to the front, and single crochet in the next stitch. Okay. Now we are going to do one of these front raised triple 2 togethers again. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to yarn over twice, and now this time we are actually going to work our first leg around the same stitch as the last leg of that first front raised triple 2 together. Okay, so you're going to actually work that stitch around the same single crochet. Insert your hook right to left, yarn over, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. You're not going to complete the stitch because you still have 1 more leg to do, and we're going to do that leg over on the other side. Count 1, 2, 3 stitches. So our next one is going to go right here. You're going to yarn over twice, insert your hook, right to left, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, and now we can finally complete the stitch. Yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. So if you take a moment to admire your work, you'll see it there, your 2 legs with your picot and 2 other single crochets in between. Okay, then again you're going to skip in back, you're going to skip that single crochet, and you're going to work your next single crochet in the next stitch, just like that, and then you're going to do another picot stitch. So insert your hook, drop a loop, chain 1, 2, 3, yarn over, pull through, push your little chain forward, and single crochet in the next stitch. And then another front raised triple 2 together again. So yarn over twice. Our first leg is in the same as the last leg of the other raised cluster. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, 2 loops, don't complete the stitch. I'm going to go over to the other side, find that single crochet right there in the middle, yarn over twice, insert your hook around the post, right to left, yarn over, through 2 loops, 2 loops, and all 3 loops on your hook. Then up top here again, skip that one. You're going to work your single crochet in the next stitch, and then a picot. So you're going to repeat that all the way across to the end of your row. After this row, your stitch placement gets a whole lot easier. It's just this first one where you don't really have any hard markers as far as where the legs of your stitches go. But after this, you'll see it's a little bit easier. In back, you're going to skip one, single crochet in your next stitch, picot, next, around the same as the last leg, find your single crochet there in the middle, single crochet in the next stitch, picot, go. By the time you get to your 4th square, you will be a pro at this stitch. So all the way across, almost there, and you'll see you're always just kind of creating these diamonds, or these first ones kind of are more V's or arches over top of your picot stitches here. There we go. Almost to the end here. There we go. So over here we see you have your single crochet, your picot, your single crochet. So you're working that second leg around that 4th one there. Work it through. In the back we have a single crochet, and then you're after that single crochet you'll have 3 stitches left. You're going to picot, single crochet in the next stitch, and then you're going to work 1 single crochet in the next, and then remember your chain 3 counts as a stitch, so you will work a single crochet in that stitch as well. There you go. So I'll pull back here, and you can see your diamonds are now forming. They should be forming quite nicely all the way across, just like that. Now what you're going to do is you're going to chain 3, and once again turn your work And then you're going to work those double crochet stitches in the next stitch and in each stitch all the way across. Work on that and I'll meet you back here one more time. Okay, so once you have finished your next double crochet row across, that'll be row 5, you will now come to row 6, which is going to be another row of these front raised clusters. So what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1. Now this one is going to start off slightly different than the last row, and you're going to be simply doing a front row raised triple over here. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to chain 1 and you're going to single crochet in the first 2 stitches. 1, 2. Then you're going to do a front raised triple around the leg, the single leg here that at the very top of the stitch of this cluster down below. So it's just a single raised triple. So you're going to yarn over twice and you're going to insert your hook. Now I like to insert my hook under both of those, so right under the top of the stitch as seen here. Some people will actually go through the single crochet again. I just feel like the stitch, I don't know, it just brings it together a little bit more and raises it up a little higher when you work under both of the posts. So what I'm doing is I'm just inserting my hook under that first post, under that second post, and then I'm going to yarn over, I'm going to draw up my loop, and I'm just going to complete the triple as I normally would. Okay, so that just brings, you'll see, kind of brings your diamond over just like this, because the ones along this side are never full diamonds. Okay, then up here I've skipped that next single crochet because I've worked this one over top of it, and I'm going to single crochet in the next stitch. Next I'll work a picot, so insert, chain 3, pull through both loops, and then I'm going to single crochet in the next stitch. Now I'm going to do those front raised triple 2 togethers again. Okay, now that we've gotten past this first kind of awkward piece there. So I'm going to work them the same way as before, but now instead of needing to count my single crochet stitches, I will always just be working them around the legs of the previous clusters. So for this next one, I'm going to yarn over twice, and I'm going to bring my hook down in front of my work, and again I'm going to insert my hook under that first bar and that second one. I'm going to yarn over, pull up my loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So that's the first leg. So now you'll see you have this nice little raised X there on your work. Then I'm going to yarn over twice again, and I'm going to do the second leg over on this side here. So I'm going to insert my hook under that first post, under the second post of my raised cluster, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops, pull through 2 loops, and pull through all 3 loops on my hook to complete the stitch. I've now completed that diamond stitch there. I'm going to skip, and back here I'm going to skip that single crochet because I've worked over it, over that one there, and I'm going to single crochet in the next stitch and then a picot. Single crochet in the next stitch. Now I'm going to just repeat what I just did all over again. Yarn over twice, do the first leg, go back, hook in front of your work, under that first cluster, yarn over, pull through, work the triple, then yarn over twice, do the second leg over here under this part of the cluster, so insert your hook under the cluster, yarn over, drop a loop, and yarn over and pull through 2 loops on your hook twice, and then under the last 3 loops to complete your stitch. Single crochet in the next stitch, and peacock. So you are going to do this all the way across your work, and I'll pick you up. I'll let you work on that, and then when you come to your last 3 stitches, I'll show you how to work that last front raised triple. Okay, so you've worked your front raised triple 2 togethers and your peacocks all the way across. You come to your last 3 stitches, and then you'll remember we started with a front raised triple over on this side, just a single one, so we're going to end with one over on the other side. So what you're going to do is you're going to yarn over, and then you're going to be working backward. So you're going to work it just as you would your first leg of the 2 together. So you're just going to yarn over twice, insert your hook around the cluster, yarn over, pull through, and then complete your triple crochet as you normally would. Then you're going to skip that and you're going to work a single crochet in each of the last 2 stitches, which includes that chain 3 there at the beginning. So you'll work your final single crochet in it. There you go. Okay, so that brings you then to the end of row 6. Row 7 is going to be a chain 3. You're going to turn your work and you're going to double crochet in each stitch all the way across. Okay, so for row 7, you've worked your double crochets in each stitch across. Row 8, you're going to work another row of these front raised 2 togethers. So you're going to turn your work, and you're going to chain 1, and then you're going to single crochet in each of the first 2 stitches, 1 and 2. Then you are going to want, just like you did down here, to work a peacock stitch. So insert your hook, chain 3, pull through both loops, and then single crochet in the next stitch. Now we're going to start our cables together, the 2 cables together. So you're going to yarn over twice. Again, it's easy to see where you're going to be working because you're going to be working under the raised bars of your other clusters. So yarn over twice, you'll work your first leg in the back in the first one. So under that raised bar, right to left, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through. That's your first leg. Yarn over twice. Your second leg will be worked under the raised cluster, the next raised cluster. So yarn over, pull through, and pull through. So now you will see again, and then you're going to complete the stitch. You now have your diamonds forming again here. Skip that single crochet and single crochet in the next one. Then a peacock. Like that. Single crochet in the next stitch. And then a front raised triple 2 together. Yarn over twice. Your first leg is under the raised cluster before it. And then your second leg is under this raised cluster afterward. Go through all three. Skip one and single crochet in your next one. So you're going to continue to do that all the way across your work, and then you are simply going to repeat those rows. You're going to repeat rows 5 to 8 until you have a total of 26 rows. So you're going to repeat it rows 5 to 8 until you have a total of 26 rows. Now, the easy way for me to kind of count those rows was when I look at my work, and when you look at your work, you will see these diamonds. And what I did was I just counted up 6 full diamonds all the way up across my square. And so once I had 6 full diamonds in a row, I knew I had reached the end of my 26 rows. Now, if your square is a different size, then of course you're going to work it until you have the desired size that you are looking for. Okay, but go ahead and finish that, and then I'll meet you back here at the end of row 26. Okay, so at the end of row 26, I'll just show you what I meant there about the counting. So I go down here to the bottom of my work, and I see this first full diamond, and I'm going to count 1, 2, make sure you can see my fingers there, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I have 6 full diamonds here on my work. So I know that my square, and I can just measure it as well, I'm going for 9.5 inches. So once you hit your 9.5 inches or whatever size you're going for, you'll know you have ended. But you're going to want to end on a row 8. Once you have finished, what you're going to do is you're going to chain 1, and you're going to turn your work, and you're simply going to single crochet in the first stitch and in each stitch across. That's all you're going to do. So single crochet in each stitch all the way across. So that will be in each cluster, in each picot, and each single crochet all the way across. You'll have a total of 41 single crochets. You'll have noticed by the end of the square that along with it being a little bit more complicated, it's probably also taken up a lot more yarn than your other blocks have. But it's just such a beautiful stitch. Okay, so you single crochet in each stitch across all the way to the end. Don't forget your last stitch, and then you're going to fasten off. There you go. Now you're not quite finished yet. As you did with your other squares, other blocks, you are now going to add a single crochet edging all the way around. I'm not going to demonstrate that here in this video. If you're curious about how to do the single crochet edging, go take a look at some of the other videos in the crochet along, and I go over the edging in that. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to join your yarn in a slip stitch with your right side facing, going to join your yarn in the top of the right hand corner, and you're going to work a single crochet all the way across. In each corner, you are going to work 3 single crochets in each corner, and then you're going to evenly work down the sides 35 single crochet. So work across the top, 3 in the corner, 35 single crochets down, then 3 in the corner, work them all the way across, 3 in your third corner, 35 single crochets evenly up the top, and then you're going to finish with 2 single crochets in this top corner. Okay, so I'm going to leave you to do that. Again, if you need further instruction or demonstration on how to do the single crochet edging, take a look at any of the other videos. I have demonstrated it there. Once again, the written pattern for this, including the descriptions of the stitches, can be found on my blog under the Erie Waters Cal Week 5, which is linked in the notes of this video. Thank you so much for joining me. I've had a lot of fun doing this tutorial, and I'm excited to be already planning my next one. And I hope that you'll stick around and join me for that one too. But until next week we are going to learn how to join each of our squares together and how to do a simple edging for our blanket. And I can't wait to see everyone's finished or near finished projects. Once again, join me on Facebook. There is an event pinned to the top of my page. You can ask questions, share photos. If you would like me to or give me permission to, I'd love to share those photos on social media, but I'll ask you first. Yeah, come on over and join the conversation that is happening there. So thank you so much once again for joining me. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, and I look forward to bringing you more great patterns soon and finishing this crochet along together next week. Happy crocheting! Bye!